All right, so we're gonna wait for some people to come in. Now, before wait for as I wait for those people to come in, basically in this particular live stream, I'm gonna talk about why losing is a good thing. And you'd say, well, why is losing a good thing? Well, losing is a good thing if you're losing for the right reasons. And in this video, I'm going to explain, demonstrating, for example, in something like B8, when we hold things and we hold them as best as we can, well, based on the rules. And because we had caught 5 huge winning plans in B8. So let's talk about losses versus winners. This is the big thing. Understand? Losses versus winners. This is the big thing. So I'm going to wait for a few people to get in. Again, live stream starts 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Canada. And, well, those who are serious for success find a way to get to the live stream so they can ask the big picture leader key questions if they need that. So those are the people who are serious for success. And they come to my live streams to study what I tell them to study. That is explained in the live stream. All right, now. Let me see if some people coming in here. Hello, Dennis. That's right. That's right, Dennis. Good evening, Ed. Yes, people, this is listen to me, very important live stream, okay? I'm going to explain you something that a lot of people, this advice is going to give you an edge to survive long term, right? So as people are coming in now, it looks like it starts off better at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let's give people a few more minutes to get in. It's only been 1 minute. Again, people, this is going to be a very powerful live stream. Why is losing important? What does PowerTarget Trade mean about losing? Sounds nuts. What's he mean about losing? That's good. Wow, people, there's more to it than that. So more people are coming in. But I'm going to really explain this. And again, I've had people ask me this question. We're in losing positions saying, why did we not sell, right? So I'm going to tell you some key stories. Hello, Dexter. All right, we're gonna give this a few more minutes, and again, people, if you're didn't come to the live stream, just pay attention to this live stream very carefully, and again, when people don't come to the live stream, right, they're going to have to figure what did he say. They have to watch it later, right? So. Again, I wait for people to come in, and those that are serious for success are going to make it on time, right? Or they're going to either study the live stream. So again, we're going to give this a few more minutes. It's only been a few minutes since I've had this open. And again, a very powerful live stream, people. Why is losing important? What do I mean by losing is important? It sounds crazy, right? So we need to talk about this because a lot of people, one of the biggest reasons why they fail is because they don't understand about losing. They don't understand that. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to use B8 as an example here. Let me just zoom in a bit. And go it out. I'm going to turn it to the side a bit. Come on, you dumb thing. It doesn't work that way. It looks like I got to do it like this. Okay. All right. Anyways. All right, people. So, what do I mean by losing? Well, it's not that simple. What's up, Fast and Furious? The man with the plan. Yeah. Hi, Sam. How are you? The serious people are coming inside. The people that are serious for success are coming. They want to make the dollar bills. They want to survive long term. Well, that's what I'm going to be talking about right now. Right? Because Honestly, I'm trying to help people. You understand, you have to understand about the good and the bad, right? Everybody, when they sometimes they get into the group, they might see the bad first before they see the good, or they see the good but they haven't seen the bad. See, I've seen it all. And when you see it all and understand it all, then you have an edge. All right, now. So let me expand upon this. So why is losing okay? Okay. Well, first of all, when we get in the right kind of plans, losses can still happen, even when we do the right things. But those are very rare. Let me expand upon that. I'll give you an example of Apple. In the beginning of the year, I had a position in Apple where I bought the February calls, and they went against me about 80%. But I left them alone, realizing that the odds were in our favor because the plan was good, just that the market had its issues. It was caught up in the negativity of December. Excuse me. That the odds were in favor that I would make money. So I then focused on BA. Now, I had told people at the time that BA was a strong focus. So let's give you this example. So Apple was losing money, but I didn't sell it. I left it, didn't care about it, didn't focus on it. In this situation, it's not as easy as this, but focused on a new plan instead. Didn't go invest in more Apple until Apple made itself clear. And of course, I had winnings plans in BA under my belt. So what I did was I invested in another Apple. The February calls, I think they were the 170 or 165 calls. They became, at the end of the story, they were 80% against, only to be 50% for. So sometimes plans, I'm making a break even, or my losses are going to be smaller. Maybe they're going to be 20%. But a lot of times I've actually seen plans that have gone against me 80 to 90%, only to go 50% for me because the plan was correct. But instead of doubling down and guessing and assuming, I leave the plan alone, if that's my decision, and I go and focus my energy in new plans to make more money back, and which is what happened with BA. And in fact, with the story of BA, 5 winning plans in a row. So let me explain something about that. So imagine you're invested in BA. Now, our 5th winning plan had greater than 300% gain. So what is that? What does that mean exactly? Well, take your capital, like the example, the options cost $600 a piece, okay? And that went 3 times higher, okay? So even when you, let's say once in a blue moon, you get a loss that's 100% by you doing the right thing, those are nothing compared to the big gains, right? That, let's say, happen if you lose 1 out of 3, you're still massively up, because if you don't catch, now, here's another problem. A lot of people, they sell the stocks and they miss the run. This is another big killer. So let me example. When I was in BA, I was up greater than 150%. And I demonstrated to the group that I wanted to catch more because that's what I saw. So what I did was I played by the rules and looked at key support, trending support that I called trending support, and held that. Now, I also I showed people, look, the options are 1900, right? And I was putting stops at 1500. Of course, the stops never hit at the 1500, only for us to get out at 2100. And therefore, I got maximum gains with risk, with skill. Now, that's over here. That day here, look, I'm going to zoom in a bit. Let's see if that picks it up. Yeah, it picks it up. Let me see if again. Right? So let's think about this. I took profits, got stopped out on this day here. Okay? Imagine this. Right? Made a new plan. It didn't confirm. It's now lower. So not only did I catch maximum gains following the rules, I got out following the rules for 300%, greater than 300% gains. $2,100 was my final stop out from my $600 entry. Actually, mine were $580. But anyway, it doesn't matter. 600, right? So 600 to 2,100 is pretty sizable gains, right? So when a loss does occur, when you're catching your winners pay for possible losers that can happen. But if your mindset changes, in other words, you're flip-flopping, you're not holding things properly, you're not trying to get maximum gains, you're going to lose the big picture. Guarantee it. Do you want to, if you follow my rules, study what I just said, word for word, you have a huge edge. Everybody thinks the market is sunshine and rainbows and beautiful, uh, you know, beautiful sunny days every day. No, no, no. That's the big fat trap. Right? Everybody, all these people, they talk about the great things. Ha ha! PowerTarget Trades tell you that it's not always great, but it can be if your mindset is correct, people. You know, a lot of people are lazy, right? They're lazy. Now, for example, if somebody had a question for me, right? And they're kind of debate me on this, right? For example, or ask me a question. Well, if they don't make it to the live stream, right? How are they supposed to ask me, for example, right? So, is that person really serious for success? No. And a lot of people are not serious for success. Now, take someone like Brian. Okay, I want to talk about Brian. Brian's a new member in the group. Now, what did he do? Now, I know about serious people. Okay, and he's perfect proof of what I'm talking about. I know this guy, Brian, actually listened to my advice, studied my videos, and he caught some great gains in BA a couple of times, a couple of plans in BA. He was able to send me great gifts because he was happy to do so, right? But he had confidence because he studied what I said. He saw the created playlist, the winning videos, and he actually said it in his videos. He has spent 48 hours studying. And listen to you heard that, 48 hours. The guy did everything I said. He listened to the videos. He told me why he was serious, right? He sent me a message. He did all the right things, right, that I explained in my how to become a member site of Power Group Trades. He did exactly what I said. He explained his reason. He told me how he wanted to really participate. Went into the group, understood how to take action, took action, because he had that faith, that confidence. Again, that's a big thing too. When you're not confident, when you're not sure of yourself, you're going to miss the gains. And when you miss the gains, if you miss the good times, a lot of people, they start getting back in when the times aren't so good. And then they fall in that rut because they're not consistent. If you want to succeed, you got to be consistent. Let me ask you a question. Do you go to your job every week? And do you go to your job every day, 5 days a week, in order to get paid? So why is it that you don't treat the market the same way if you want success? Every day you want to be paying attention to the market because every day it changes, right? And there's always opportunities. There could be an opportunity in BA in a couple of days from now. But if you're not paying attention for it, like yours truly is, well, you're going to miss it, right? You're going to miss it. Let me take a look. Tell them about Google Options. Okay, so that's right. So it's exactly, Sam. I remember. Sam remembers this. So yeah. So for example, we'll take CAT for example. Right now, I told people that I'm holding CAT, and it is against us. However, with the time that the options have, and the market does make a bounce, okay, because it could make a bounce. Believe me when I tell you, because of BA. First of all, BA is a key stock. Then there's an outcome where I could have very small losses or a break even in Caterpillar. But if I sell for the wrong reasons, right, and then I watch my options go to break even. Now, I've said this many times. I've been in Caterpillar, and it looked hopeless, right? But if the plan is correct, okay, and my plans are greater than 80% correct, we don't even lose, even though that we are in a loss. Again, this is a mindset. So that's an answer for you, Fabian. And the only way you're going to understand what I'm telling you is to really follow along all the time. And my group members have witnessed what I've said. For example, Sam remembers about Google L. The options were, for example, worth very little. But because the plan was correct and the market then corrected itself quickly, the options went from 80 cents to $2,000 a piece in literally 2 days. So imagine that. But why is that? Because the plan was correct and it did hold the support levels. And that's why I'm trying to say to you that if you set, now let's say you lose support levels. So take your losses. Sometimes we're taking our losses 50%. And sometimes due to market conditions, very rare, we're taking 100% loss sometimes. But if you calculate the gains we make, like BA, for example, 5 winning plans in a row, following the rules step by step, and I demonstrated it in my group step by step. Now, if you don't understand what I just told you, I assure you failure in your future. You will be a nothing, a nobody. You won't have a chance. The words I speak are of deep experience, and it's mindset for success. The minute you think, the minute you let fear control you, fear will kill you. I told this to people, and I witnessed it, even for myself, people. I came up with these rules because I missed, in the past, so many gains. And I did the mathematics, and I said, if I had held that, and that, and this, and that, and that, the gains compared to the losses would have been tenfold. In other words, gains tenfold, losses nothing compared to gain. So you need to always trade with the same mindset, understanding that loss is a part of the game. If it's for, listen carefully, the right reason. And it's going to happen. When the minute you said, I shouldn't have did this, I should no. What about when you miss the gains? You said, I shouldn't take profits, and you miss a runner that goes 200%. That's what you don't want to happen. And you know what? That's what happens to a lot of people. And you know this, people. I guarantee you there's a lot of people that have been in positions that have watched things fly. And they said, oh my God, how much. That's what's a killer too. When you miss your gains for the wrong reasons, it will kill you. You understand, people. Kill. And I'm not joking, kill you. You won't survive. Mentally, it kills you. Now, I solved this problem in my group. It's called I Manage. I tell you what we're doing, and I adapt it for us all. Right? People think that they're going to be, it's one of the biggest problems people have is here, right over here. What's the difference between me and a lot of other? It's because all my plans have the psychology already built in. They have targets, and we are greater than 80% correct. However, market has issues. Market has unpredictable issues that can cause even the right plans temporarily to fail. Then we need to get out. Sometimes we get back in. Sometimes we have to realize, why did we get stopped out? What was the reason? Right? And this is the adaptive reasoning, right? So every time I do something, if I take a loss, it's for the right reason. If I get out of a position, it's for the right reason. When you trade like this, you're not making mistakes, but you still can lose doing the right things. And that is okay. But what's not okay is you letting fear dictate why you win or why you lose. You're gonna lose double whammy. And explain again. So say you got out of BA. Oh, I made 100% gains, for example. And then the next day it pops and you just watch it go up 100% again. You're like, oh my God, I just missed 100% gains. Why did I sell? Oh! Or when you sell for the right reason, right? It's better that, okay, I only got 80%, but I sold for the right reason, and that's that. But the next time you catch the 200% runner. See, it all adds up. When you do the right things, I guarantee you, for the right plans though, it's not as simple as what I'm saying, right? My plans are already filtered down to the highest probability. But no matter, even when you have the highest probability in your favor, nothing is 100%. And if anybody tells you that, they have no idea what they're talking about. Sorry. And those people never catch 300% gains because they're not doing something right. I guarantee you. Anybody that will tell you will say otherwise, I will prove them and dismantle them. Guaranteed. Nobody in the right mind would want to challenge me on that. You know, the stock clown basically challenged me, but ran for his life as a chicken, and he never wanted to challenge me and put his stuff post for post. He's too chicken, and said he'd rather troll me. See, so I've already proven how I dismantled him and destroyed him. And I will do that just about to anybody that goes against my words because I know what I'm talking about. I have this high skill. And then on top of that, my YouTube channel has proof after proof after proof. And that's why someone who's so serious for success like Brian has done so well. He is proof of exactly what I'm saying. You know, he was new to my member, okay, into my group. And within less than a month has sent me over 2K of gifts, and he's never experienced such great gains ever with options in his life. But the guy was searching for someone for success, and he wants success, and he's actually a very successful individual. Okay, he's a very successful, but doesn't really want to continue what he does. He rather get into something else and saw the potential of what I can do and got very interested. And that's what I'm getting. I attract the gain. But people like Brian are still a dime a dozen. And why do I say that? Because I know I deal with people. Most people are lazy, don't want to learn the right mindset, don't want to study, don't take the time, want the quick bucks right away, want the get rich, and meanwhile they'll never get rich, and they'll just be chasing the next baloney dream, and the next baloney dream, and the next baloney dream, only to go nowhere in life. And then on top of that, probably have poor health. See, here you got a leader that leads in both metrics, health and wealth. That's somewhere thinking you're never going to see. Most of these stock guys or stock clowns have poor health and will have poor health, guaranteed. Now, PowerTarget Trade, your big picture leader. All right, now, let's see if there's any questions of what I just said here. Most of these people, yeah, well, I don't know about 3,500, but they went to at least 2,500. You know, it depends on the, see, sometimes, you know, it depends on the thing. Sam could have bought a different option and got more money. You know, I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter. He's seen it himself, right? It doesn't really matter. What he's saying is practically the same thing to what I said. He saw for himself, right? But don't forget that those options, Sam, went much lower. And maybe, and by the way, Sam could have got a better, he may have actually not got in the original entry and got into the dip. Only, and luck, sometimes by luckily, but then held for the support and then witnessed the huge gain. So what about Cat? Can it pull off a Google? I don't know. It's possible. Just that they had a downgrade, but it's possible. I don't really care, to be honest with you. I don't really care if it pulls off a Google. It's impossible for me to tell you. But I'm saying that I'm looking for at least to lessen my losses if it holds support, right? It keeps doing the right thing, and the market does come back in time. Okay. I'm looking for two things, even to break even, but I'm not going to focus, but Ashpad, I'm not going to focus on Caterpillar. I'll be focusing on another plan that will give us gains and then some. And then Caterpillar can come back up, make a break even, maybe make us 25%, 50%. Doesn't have to be a big winner. For me, a success is even a plan being a break even. From a loss is a success by doing the right thing. This makes you a very powerful trader. That's my message for you. So listen to this live stream if you missed it at the beginning, because I'm telling you something very powerful. I'm telling you something about psychology, a very powerful truth about psychology. With the wrong mindset, you're going to fail. I guarantee you, you're going to fail the market. If you let fear control you, if you let doing the wrong things and never learning from them, and you will learn that from my group automatically, you're gonna fail miserably. You're gonna fail miserably. All right, now. So let's see here. So any questions from anybody new or anybody? Because that's what I wanted to talk about. Loss for the right reasons. And I'm going to have more stories because the stories will help people succeed, right? let's see what I gotta pull down here. I can't see something. What are we thinking about? Well, same thing. Same thing with Amazon. Amazon is a stock that can easily pop 80 points, 100 points in a day, right? If you're already in a losing position in it, I've been in it. Look at last week on Friday, people witnessed this, right? The stock was about $300 an option, right? We had held it, but for time I exited the position for a small loss. However, those options went to $1,400. And that was also, it doesn't always happen, but the market, here's my point, the market can surprise. My plan was massively correct. It just was a timing issue of less than a couple hours. 2 hours more holding, just 2 simple hours holding more, produced 300% gains. So again, I was okay with it because of my great gains in BA, but I'm just scared, and I went much smaller in Amazon than I do in BA. FF, what do you mean by FF? What the hell is this doing this for? Oh, I gotta go up with this. What's up with Fast and Furious? What's up, Paul? Oh, just saying hi to Fast and Furious. Oh, okay, all right, yeah. Yeah, Fast and Furious is somebody with, some people, for example, is a great example. Started with a small account, Series for Success, and sent gifts and has done well. So it's, I know who's serious about success, right? You know, they are consistently, they come to live streams, they ask questions, um, they study. See? Yeah, Victor, I am definitely BA is getting ready for a plan here because, but again, we need to wait for confirmation, right? So, but the way I look at this is a bull flag, right? So I kind of love this shit. We need to know where it's trending. Well, I've talked about the support in the group, right? So bull flag. This is there's people talking about it becoming a $500 stock, right? Well, it doesn't just go to 500. There has to be, So I'm looking to make my sixth winning plan in BA. Stock clown. While the stock clown is being short BA and can't make 5 winning plans in a row. Do you know why, people? People like the stock clown have no skill. People like the stock clown play with, they want to think they know more than the market. PowerTarget Trade works with the market. It's very different. I study what's the market telling me, and then I make plans to make money, and that's why we succeed. See? That's why we succeed. Stock clown he'll never be able to demonstrate step by step what I did in my fifth BA winning plan. Nobody can. Who's going to spend the time to do that? They're too busy trying to make money from their baloney subscription. Yeah. I believe what I'm doing is something very different. Helping people succeed. Because if I was to charge subscription, it's going to be too much money, right? Then people may not come in. But if I help people succeed, then they'll be able to send money in a different manner, right? So that's the format I decided. I chose. I didn't want to do the old format, which is subscription, charging people. People that are not serious, I simply kick them out. And I know they're not. Listen, if I kick you out of Power Group Trades, you're a clown. You're going to lose. Like the Pavel, the clown, and so many other clowns I kicked out. Why would I want to keep somebody who's a clown, who's not going to go anywhere, when people like Brian show me that I know what I'm talking about? Right? Think about it, right? Yeah, of course, Ashpad, it's going to change, of course. I have to make a new plan, Ashpad, so don't worry about that. Yeah, Apple, Dave, is doing fine. Apple is, kind of flat for us right now. But Apple can change, and I'm waiting for that. I'll be making more plans for Apple, so don't worry about it, Dave. Apple hasn't been the biggest winning plan for me, but it made me some gains. I made about 150% gains in Apple. Right? So with skill, not guess or luck like the stock clown, with skill. Right? Stock clown is all based on luck and assuming. That's why he can't catch the massive gains. That's why he calls himself a scalper. It's funny, a scalper gives people advice that can't even take his own advice. First he says he's in shares, right? Listen carefully, people. This is the liars out there. Oh, we don't trade options. That's what he said, stock clown. Stock clown couldn't make money with the shares, even though it was a small amount of shares. So now he's into options. Loser clown, right? They, you can spot them. Like listen, I told you I can pick apart anybody that says, if I say that they're full of crap, they're full of it. Anybody ask me, I'll let you know if they're full of it. And then if they say they're not, and they would tell me that they would like to challenge me on what I'm saying about them, then they'll be decimated and cremated. Why? Because I'm very confident in my skills. That's why, people. Very, very confident in what I'm telling you, people. It's from deep. Listen carefully. It's from deep, deep, deep experience and study. Nothing came easy. Nothing came easy. That's why I'm very confident in myself. See, I wanted to focus on a background that focuses on PowerTarget Trade, right? Which is this thing, right? I invested in a background. I invested in an image. I invested in a symbol. Because I'm serious to get my message across and showing serious for success. None of these people are doing that. Where's a stock clown doing a live stream with something like this? You only see a voice, right? He never steps up the game. He's got no likes to his videos. Nothing. He talks. We just win. We just win. And yet every time he posts something, he's massively lost like he did in TT. He laughed at a guy, said, oh, TTD, assuming it's going to go to 85. The guy said, no, it's going to go to 165. Guess what? And it was, I think it was around 130. Guess where it went? It went to 175 2 days later. He looked like such a clown. He stayed quiet. PowerTarget Trade brought it to attention, and the guy who burned him laughed at that. You lose again, stock clown, John. All right, now, enough of the stock clown. But really, stock clowns are out there, and they're in the form of subscription services. Lots of them out there. They're just posting plan after plan after plan after plan after plan. Trust me. Ask me. Anybody wants to ask me a name of a particular service or person, I'll give you my honest opinion, right? If I know them, right? All right, now. Yeah, so, of course, with the BA, the beautiful thing about BA is not only is the confirmation going to be different, so will the options. And so we'll see, right? BA might need more time. It might need 2 days, maybe sometime next week. You listen. I wish I knew when BA was going to confirm. We let the market tell us. See, we don't want to guess and assume like a stock clown. No, we want to use skill and discipline and take action when the action is therefore called. I mean, look at this pullback. If I would assume then guess, oh, it's going to bounce, let's get in, we would be losing money for the wrong reasons, and that's not what I want to do. If I'm going to lose money, let it be for the right reasons, not for the wrong. Getting in the wrong, listen, if I get in the wrong time just to try to outguess the market, just to try to guess for a guess, get the 9 out of 10 times, that one time you get lucky can kill you the next 9 times. You understand? So 9 out of 10 times. So believe me, people, a lot of people are going to fail miserably. Honestly, in this market, Now, if anybody's smart enough, and I'm really talking to the people who are smart enough, they're going to realize that what I'm saying is the truth, study it, and then want to become a part of the group and then succeed. Like Brian is a perfect example. And I demonstrate, I put in the video of Brian showing the gifts he sent and everything. And you have to ask yourself, this guy's brand new. Only in less than a month when he did that. And the reason being is he listened to what I said. He's proof of what I said. But how many are like Brian though, right? And the reason being is people are losers, Al. Or they may not be losers, but some people, they might hear or see what I'm saying and they choose to not listen. They choose to listen to their own loser mindset. Instead of saying, you know what, I got to look into myself first. Yeah, you know what this guy's saying is true. That's happened to me. I sold when I wasn't supposed to sell. I watched myself miss out on huge gains. Anyways, have a good night, Dexter. So, you know, in this live stream, people, I really wanted to touch on the losses. Talked about BA. We talked about Amazon. What else did I say about that? The SPY. Oh, by the way, the SPY. I mean, look, let's give an example of the stock clown. You know, I'm going to put up the SPY and tell a story because it does pertain about having the right strategies, right? So listen, I want to ask you something. I want to ask you a question, people. Now, this is no word of a lie, but especially the people knew. But the stock clown said that the SPY was a bubble. Oh, can't. I wonder if you can see that here. Let me see here. Can we see that here? 2000. I have to zoom. See if this shows up here. What I want to see. See, the cursor still hasn't showed up. Wait, it's over here. Okay, so it does show up. Okay. Give me a second here. Okay, yeah, right around here, okay? So the SPY was at 225. Now, let's look at this market here. Let's look at this. You can see this now, right? So imagine the stock clown said that the SPY was a bubble at 225, right? So he's assuming, right? He said he's short. And in the video, he says it. I'm short. I will go along, guys. I will go along. Now, look at this. This is back in 2016. Right now, I'm short. This is, I'm not repeat his words. And it's documented in a video. And what did the market do? If you look at this, it popped from 225 all the way to 230. So about 1,000 points. So stock clown got squeezed. Now, we went long because the market, well, we were being long. And we just made crazy gains in 2017. Right? Crazy gains. All 2017. We had a bit of an issue over here in 2018 with this drop. But we caught the gains where the clown said the market would go, still it was shorting, and guess what it did? Just like BA, wrong since 200. This is no joke, guys. 200, 220, 240, 260. That's the wrong, that's called a loser mindset. I talk about this guy because it's a massively true story. Massively true. And if he wants to deny it, I keep telling him, listen, you sign the papers with the lawyers. We're going to go back in time and see for yourself. We'll scrub it. We'll scrub the screen. You'll be paying me millions. Right? But he's too chicken to challenge me. Too chicken. So I'm that serious, people. Millions the guy owes me. Millions if he wants to go against my words. Millions. All right now. So a lot of people out there, honestly, they talk, but if they were challenged, accept the challenge, they will run for their life. They know they won't have compete. You know, like I'm trying to tell people the truth, that thing. So we were. If you go on my live stream, you're going to see so many. My great play. You're going to see we're making killer gains in this 2017. The stock clown was bearish. He was bearish since 225, right? Of course, when it's going down, he's laughing. Oh, I told you, people. But look, we had rallied 5,000 points, And then it moved again, and he's quiet, right? Then there's these drops, but in the end, the market went up higher. It had these things. The point is, he always assumed, never really caught the gains. We even went short the market sometimes as well, short term. The market went a little extra down here. We did have some tough times over here, but I made a huge comeback. The stock clown has been quiet. Didn't make any videos, no live streams, unlike me. I'm a true leader. See, these people who claim to have services, they claim this and claim that, they're not leaders because they don't lead to the bad and the good. I led to the bad and the good. I led it every step of the way. Down, I said to people, this market is going down for the wrong reasons. It's going to have, and I said when we had this, it's going to have a massive snapback. Boom! Everything I said happened, and you can see where the market is. That's a massive. We much higher from those December disastrous drops. You understand, people? It's the right mindset. When you lose for the right reason, but if we were thinking like a clown and not trying to get our gains when the market was thinking like the market's going to be like in December, you missed out on the gains. Think of this: 5 winning. Don't think that all the BA plans went through some loss periods too, but we held the rules and they all turned out to be great, huge winners. Telling you the truth. Anybody who followed my stream from December on each BA plan, that's why I tell people, follow, study, knows that everything I just said came out of my mouth is 100,000% true. So, there you go, people. And now it's documented in the live stream, right? My advice is gold. Markets have been directly proportional to media off late, killing winning plans. Yeah, there's going to be some plans that don't work out. But you know what? Until it fully fruitions, it can happen. What seems impossible, you'd be surprised, right? And you can't let that, you have to be prepared, my friend, to get into the next winning plans. And if you don't have, if you're not ready for them, we haven't gone to new plans for a reason. And I told people, until things start to work, we're not going into anything new. But guess what? I'm prepared and ready to make some monstrous gains. I ain't worried one bit. Because I know when you have the discipline, the right skills, the right mindset, and you follow the rules, you will always win in the long run. It doesn't mean you're going to win every day. Understand this. Nobody wins every day. Everybody, every successful trader has some, but they still their gains outweigh their losses, and they understand this. So that's why I'm trying to convey this to people, right? To be 100% correct, that is not what's possible. Because even if but you don't have to be. But a greater than 80% is achievable with the right rules. And what does that mean? Just because some plans are actually, I've had BA many times start out to be a 50% loser, only be a 100% winner, or 30% against me, only be a 200% winner, or 300%. It's because I'm following the rules. But BA is one of my best performing stocks, meaning that I don't lose in it. It's like if I have 10 plans, maybe I lose 1 and I win in 9 following the rules. But if I start to second guess myself here and there, I wouldn't catch those 9 winning plans. You understand, people? All right now. That's right. You know, my strategy, I don't hedge unless I want to go like buy a put in something, right? See, I stick to a strategy. If you're a guy who wants to be like, if you're like the stock clown, right? What he does is he's always short for the wrong reasons, and eventually you get right. Me, if I'm going to go short, I'm going to go short because the market, you know, is going to want to go lower, right? And doesn't mean I'm going to catch every time it wants to go lower, because there's going to be some circumstance like what happened. But I believe the market's going higher. So what I've been doing, my friend, is focusing on that. So I haven't, people ask me about the shorts, but I don't short unless that's in the favor. Right now, that's still not in favor, right? So we focusing on long. And when things pull back, that's opportunity, right? You can make money as things go down, they bounce, and then there's new entry points. So it's the same thing, right? You have to choose which side you want. That's what I do. I used to think you can do both ways, and the reality is you can't. You need to focus on what your strategy is and stick to that. So my strategy is to either to go long or short for the direction of the trend of the market. So if I'm going to go short, it's because that's what the market favors. And we're going to be doing some put plays when that is the case. But right now, that's not the case. I'm focusing on the long side only until the market changes that equation. And it can, you know. But I honestly think market's going to try to attempt new highs this year. And we will go with the flow. Again, do we need to adapt? Of course. But until otherwise, PowerTarget Trade higher is where we're going. Great. And again, Ashpad, you asked the question, right? You came to the live stream, and I gave an answer, right? And that answer could help somebody else, Ashpad. You know? See? It's the people who are serious for success take the time to come to the live streams to ask a question, or if they can't come to the live stream, they're gonna watch it. But once in a blue moon, if they have to go out of the way to make it, a serious person will make it if they have a question that hasn't been answered. See, serious people who want success will do what it takes to succeed. This is a reality. A reality. All right now. So I think I did what I wanted to say in my live stream. A lot of great information, you know. Stock Clown, in this situation, talking about him, he's a great example of what you don't want to be. You don't want to be a guesser and assumer. And he keeps justifying why he thinks he's wrong. And I could prove it without a shadow of a doubt if we were to comb through his stream with lawyers. He's chicken to challenge what I said about him, because I said to him, he's full of it. He's wrong. The big picture. He's massively wrong. What counts, and it's all documented really on his stream and in videos, as long as he doesn't delete them, right? And I have a video what he said in December 2016. It clearly states how bearish he was. He called it a bubble. And he showed it with this weekly. I'm not making anything up. People think of, no. PowerTarget Trades telling you the God-honest truth. God-honest truth. I just went to, today's Ash Wednesday, so I went to church. I got some, they get the ashes. They put the ashes on the forehead, you know what I mean? So, went to church today, people. Go to church every week. So, PowerTarget Trade, I tell the truth, right? Honestly, everything I say is the truth. The market, about the market, because I went through the battles. I went through my losses. I missed all kinds of gains. But from that becomes a champion, from consistently working and then doing it. And then when I made this YouTube channel and start demonstrating the plan again, most people are destined for failure. And I'm being straight out honest, because they're lazy. And my YouTube channel proves it. I know this. But I still know there's smart people out there, and that's where I'm kind of focusing on. The intelligent people, right? So if I help those key 1,000 people in the future, right, be successful, I've done my work in this life. But it could be even more. But for every person that you do help change, like, but we were put on this planet to really help people, right? You know, Stock Clown doesn't help people, so he's gonna pay the pretza. He's gonna pay his price. I told him, he's gonna pay the price. I told him what he needs to do if he wants to rectify himself. You know, the guy has to really apologize. Really apologize, because he's been the big troll, and he should just realize, start thinking to himself, man, if I only listened to PowerTarget Trade, I would have made way more money against all those stocks that went massively against me. He caught his little scalper gains. Be a scalper, but don't make fun of people, Stock Clown. Don't make fun of people. All right, people. Yeah, there's people, there's a lot of these services, there are clowns like the stock clown, but that guy's #1 stock clown on StockTwits. Yeah, #1. All right, people, any questions for the big picture later before I wrap this up? Because I want to wrap this up. And again, come to the next live stream as you have questions. This live stream is very powerful. I suggest you review it if you just got in, because it tells you something about mindset. Okay, mindset is so important. But then you got to get into the right plans. Everything I say only works if you're doing it for the right plans, for the right reasons. If you're getting into the wrong plans, what I'm saying won't work. It's about doing it for the right reasons. There's a big difference. And when you're consistent in the right plans, for the right reason, with skill, you will win more than you lose. But the minute you start breaking your plans, the minute you're missing out on gains, you have to really look at yourself. What am I doing? I just missed 100% gains. I just missed 200% gains. See, I studied all those things. I studied it, but then sometimes when I miss things, I said, you know what? I'm going to have such a bright future. I understand what's going on. And I studied and I studied and I studied. Now I'm a champion. Stock clown John. Stock clown doesn't like it, right? I know Stock clown comes and watches my live streams. I know Stock clown. Don't be jealous, Stock clown. I'm trying to help you. You need a lot of help, Stock clown John. A lot of help. Your channel has less views than me. More videos, less views. You're behind, like, I think, your channel's out for more than a year. Your videos offer nothing, John, Stock clown. They offer nothing. Mine offers something. That's why my views are much higher than yours, even though my channel's been out less than one year less than yours. You'll never be able to catch up because you're not consistent. You're lazy, right? And you're a chicken when your market proves you wrong massively, and it's proven you wrong about 90% of the time. Poor clown. Poor. Don't want to be a poor. You want to learn how to be a clown? You'll follow the stock clown. He'll make you a poor man. Oh, stock clown. All right, people. Have a good night, people. And study this live stream. Unless somebody has a question for me, PowerTarget Trades going out. Quickly. Don't be chicken. Don't be a stock clown. All right. Till next time, people.